Hello, this is Monica from Unique Designs by Monica, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create one SVG, one cohesive SVG that you can use for 3 different holidays, maybe even more, depending on color, font, and the way you use the SVG. So let's get started. So what we're going to start first is the vase or the container that all the candy is going to be held in. We're going to start with a circle. And if you've seen my chemistry set SVG, it's the same process. If you would like to see what that chemistry set looks like, I'll be posting a link below. Next, I'm going to be grabbing just one box, taking it off the lock here, and just elongating it just a little bit. I'm going to duplicate this 2 times. And I'm going to make sure that everything, well, before I do that, let me just get the top on and then I'll center everything. And I like to give my jars a nice small lip, just like this. Now it's going to look like a beaker, but once by the end of it, it'll more resemble a jar. Alrighty. Have everything together and let's center horizontally. Perfect. So let's just weld everything just like that. Now we're going to take this bottom, take it off the lock, and we're going to just cut the bottom. And it's up to you on how high or on how low you want this. I think I want it right about there. And I'm going to slice. All right, this is all I need. Now if you still think that this is a little too narrow, you can always take it off the lock, expand it a little, make it as small or as tall as you want. But for right now, that's perfectly fine for me. All right, I'm going to turn this vessel white. And now let's get to our candies. And these are going to be the simplest candies, and you've seen them everywhere, so they're easy to make. Let's start with this particular candy first, right here. I'm not entirely sure what the actual name of that particular sweet is called, but I'm just going to call it a candy. So I'm going to start it with a circle, duplicate it, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to elongate it, just like that. And duplicate this again, and I'm going to have it doesn't have to be perfect, but I am going to move it slightly and move it down. Duplicate it again, move it slightly, and then have it go like that. I'm going to take this circle. So you get some sort of a side looking flower. Do you see like a little tulip? Just like that. Let's just weld everything together. Now you can make these as spread out as you want it. So if you want this to be really exaggerated, you can always do that. Now it looks more like a lily. Oop. I think I like it more exaggerated. Let's weld this and duplicate it. Now if you, nope, not that. Duplicate this. And all I did is hit Control C and then Control V in order to get a duplication. All right. Now I'm going to duplicate this one more and I'm going to set this to the side. Now I'm going to bring my candy over. And I'm going to position this how I want. Let me flip this. Okay, just like that. Now you can make these as small or as big as you want. I think I want them just a little bit tinier. I really want the middle center to be really predominant. Like that. All right, let me make sure everything is centered horizontally. Oh, no, I mean vertically. Vertically. Let's make sure everything is done vertically. All right, perfect. And we're going to weld. That is our first candy, which we can duplicate over and over again in different colors. So that is our first candy. Our second candy is going to be this Tootsie Roll looking one right here. if I can use something that's trademark, not sponsored, not affiliated, but I'm just want to let you guys know that's what it looks like to me. Now this is a little too long or a little too big, so I'm just going to shrink this to the size that I want. And I think these points are a little too long, so I'm just going to shorten them a little. Okay, that looks good. Duplicate. And actually, let's flip this first. Perfect. Like that. Let's highlight everything and center again vertically, not horizontally, and weld. There we go. We have 2 candies. Now we can always resize these to the size that we want. Okay. And of course, last but not least, my most favorite candy of them all, a lollipop. And this is probably the easiest SVG to make. All right, I'm going to take this off the lock and I'm going to elongate the rectangle or the square into a rectangle. In this, you can make this as short or as high as you want. I think I want it right there, but for this one I will do horizontally. There we go. And let's weld this. Now you can change these colors to whatever you want, whatever season you want it to reflect, you can do that. Let's bring this to the front. And for this particular image, I would think I want to give it a nice little brown. And the top, I'm going to make it, let's do it purple, since the first one that we're going to do is going to be Halloween. Now, depending on the font, it really conveys what season you're going to be showcasing. So if you want Halloween, the font's a little bit more grungier, grittier, more pointed or slimy, depending. If it's going to be for Halloween, it's more snowy, more elegant. It's really up to you. It really depends on what you're trying to go for. So before I actually go all crazy here, let's duplicate this over here, and we're going to duplicate these 3 because it really matters the color, the font for whatever season you're using. So for Halloween, obviously it's going to be more fall colors. There's going to be more oranges, and there's going to be black and green. And of course, what you can do is to make it this jar look full, you just duplicate it several times and just change the color and the direction. So let's do that. We're going to shrink these down, duplicate these, and just change the color or the order of the color. So say I want this one orange. Let's do this one purple. Purple. It's right here. And just let's throw in a green since black is a very harsh color. And let's go with a dark green. Actually, let's maybe a little lighter green. A little sickly green. And all you do is just place these in here the way you want. Make sure that they're not all facing the right direction. And the more candies you add, and make sure that you don't put light colors together. You really want them to have some diversity in there. So let's bring this forward. And it does really change the structure of everything on how it looks. So even if you have 2 of the same image together, as long as the colors are not the same, it really changes it. So you just keep building more and more layers until you get all the way to the top. And of course, font really matters. So let's change the font. And let's have it say Candy. Enter. Where's my candy? There we are. There's my candy. Hello, Candy. Let's make this a little slightly bit bigger. And for this candy, since I've downloaded so many fonts from the font and 1001's fonts, and these are all free. So if you want a more grungier look, more Halloween look, you can go with a little something a little more slimy. This is 1313 Mockingbird Lane, which is one of my favorite ones to use. But if you want it a little more grungier, of course, you can scroll down, see what you can find. The one I was using before, I believe it was called Shotgun. Was it Shotgun? What was this called? Emerite Rifle. So let's see if I can find that. Close. That's an R. Am I gonna miss it? I'm gonna miss it, aren't I? Well, I'm not gonna find it. I'm sure it's like the next one over, but this really proves my point. This particular one proves my point. There we go. Turn it green. And there we have candy. And again, if you have more and more candy, even it spilling over to the side, you can even have some spilt adjacent to it, you know, on the sides or so on and so forth. It actually looks really nice. Let's move to this one right here. You have the same layout, same thing, everything's the same. The only thing is you just change the color. Let's go with a more Christmas green. Let's do some reds, some white. I mean, these are the more traditional colors. You can do pinks, you can do blues. I've seen pinks and blues together for Christmas, and it's very lovely. You always want to change out the direction of your candies and the color as well. So let's do this green. That's a little lighter green, but oh, I did red. And let's do white. And that one red. There we go. And all you have to do is just add these in, and for whatever reason they look a lot smaller. Maybe it's because I made them a little smaller. Let's make these a little bigger. Alright. So let's put this guy, let's switch, turn the direction. There we go. Put you in here. Put you in here. See, I have two light colors together and I don't like that. So let's see if I can flip this. There we go. That's much more like it. And that's, since it's such a darker green, it doesn't really make a difference. You can always adjust this to make it look however you want. And you can always add more circles. You can always add some squares. Whatever you like to do. Now let me just duplicate this candy. And let me change the font. Okay, it doesn't go any higher. And let me find the little snow cap one. I always find that one to be super cute. Didn't seem to take me forever to find the snow cap one. I wonder if I can enter in what I'm looking for. Let's see. All right. Ah, there it is. I guess I can do that. You see how the font really makes a difference by changing the color. It looks more Christmassy. You see how it's the same SVG, but just changing a couple of colors and the font. You can use this over and over again. You can use it for Valentine's Day. You can use it for St. Patrick's Day. You turn it green and gold. Put the candies green and gold and be perfect for St. Patrick's Day. Or even for 4th of July. Change the colors to red, white, and blue. And the font to match that particular season. You can use this over and over. I think I've made my point. I think I'm starting like a broken record. But thank you so much for stopping on by. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. I post every Wednesday and Saturday, so if you don't want to miss it, click that like and subscribe button right below. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Have a beautiful day.